Hi, and good morning. We are here live on our third and last day of our NRF 2022 virtual coverage. We've brought you some exciting sessions over the last 2 days on a range of different products. We started out with our brand new all-in-one platform, the TCX 810. We've shown you our full range of our solutions on self-service. We've brought you sessions on management through proactive availability service. And today we're bringing you something really cool as well. We are actually showing you our hybrid, ProX hybrid kiosk, which is one of the coolest names I think we've ever had for a product. But my colleagues here will take you through this exciting platform and all it enables retailers to do in their business. So I'm going to leave you with my colleagues Chuck and Bill, and they're going to take you through and show you the ProX hybrid kiosk. So thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. And thank you for tuning in to our Purpose Plaza. Today, we want to showcase the ProX hybrid kiosk. This is a very timely machine because retail is changing. The move towards self-service, the problems we're having with the labor force, the move toward the contactless or the cashless payments. So what we're going to show you is some of the things we did on purpose as this machine was designed that makes it so it's effective for you in your environment. You know, everything from the technology head that's running it to the way that the printer and the way that the indicators are sent out so that you can manage it in the field. With me is Chuck Evans. He is our worldwide product line manager for self-service. So he has not only the self-checkout solutions, but also this ProX hybrid. So Chuck, tell us some of the things that you learned when you were talking to customers and things that we did intentionally to make this a winning product.
Well, thanks, Bill. And yes, ProX hybrid kiosk, we actually went out and met with customers and gathered input so we could understand exactly what we needed to develop. The main points that we brought up was they wanted something that was very attractive, very compact, and very economical. And with those, we brought together and designed the ProX hybrid kiosk. ProX hybrid kiosk allows the customer to be able to take a self-service machine and place it anywhere in their environment. So anywhere in the retail environment, the ProX hybrid kiosk can go. It can mount on a countertop. It can also mount on a stand and be located in multiple different points throughout the retailer's environment. The word hybrid comes in is that it is a self-checkout, self-service type device. However, the ProX hybrid kiosk has the ability to swivel, and it can swivel all the way around in such way that in terms of being not only self-service, but if the lines start getting too long and you need to speed it up, we have the ability to make the ProX hybrid kiosk be a cashier mode. The ProX hybrid kiosk can also, in the swivel mode, allow the retailer's shopper assistant or somebody that's working behind the counter to come in and do some assistance for the shopper without having to walk all the way around the counter to see what is going on with the ProX hybrid kiosk or with the transaction that is occurring. One way that is actually done is through notifications to the shopper and the shopper assistants is via what we call our transaction awareness light or our TAO. As you can see on the unit that's working over here, it has multiple different colors that can be done. It's a fully configurable unit such that it can have multiple colors to bring in. It comes equipped with four distinct colors that are already programmed in, but it can have many different colors because it is an LED based system that can be brought in. We do offer the APIs for that capability such that anybody that's doing the development on the unit can bring that capability in. The whole ProX hybrid kiosk is maintained and managed by what we call our head unit. This head unit is right now, it can be either our existing TCX 800 or, as you've heard, our new TCX 810, TCX 810E product. Either of those products can now be utilized on this. We are actually announcing today the introduction of the TCX 810 with the ProX hybrid kiosk. That's actually being announced today as we speak. So it can be utilized in either of those two configurations, and everything associated with those can be utilized with the ProX hybrid kiosk. One major advantage of that is it gives the retailer the ability to utilize that capability across their POS front ends, as well as across their self-service, such that they wind up with a ubiquitous support scheme across their whole enterprise. The other key points that we've done with the ProX hybrid kiosk to make it truly a a self-service type device is the other points that are required inside the system. We have a kiosk printer that is developed specifically for kiosks inside the unit such that it can be brought out. The kiosk printer is located in the unit. It can be opened up, very easy to load it. The kiosk comes with a self-service or a presentation printer. The way this works is, and the reason we use this is such that when the customers are having a transactions, the receipts being printed out, what we know is one of the major problems that causes interventions is printer jams. The shopper grabbing hold of the printer or the receipt and pulling it out before it's complete. With the presentation printer, the way it works is it will print it out and then spit out just a small piece once it's already done and cut, and then the shopper can take that. We can make a very long receipt if we need to, such that it can be done. We can show you an example of that over on the unit that's over that Bill has it right over here.
So I'll scan a couple of items. And I can populate it with some other items. And at this point, I'm ready to do a long receipt. It is printing. And after it has finished printing, it cuts, then it will present it. As soon as I tug on this just a little bit, it is ejected. So that eliminates the possibility of most of your paper jams because of that. So what the secret is as it's printing, it's looping down below the printer back into the cavity. And it's a very effective way to do a self-service printing operation.
Right. As Bill mentioned, the looping capability is down inside the printer. It loops down into the cabinet, down into this area here, and then that allows this to be able to be brought back up into the printer and then brought out. We will have a feature that's getting ready to be released to allow that if the shopper does not take the receipt, it can actually bring that receipt right back into the unit and then store it down inside the unit down in this location here. Allows for a cleaner front end capability, as well as anytime there's a security item that can be brought out. If you're using and utilizing the printer for things like let's say you're using it for lottery type tickets. If somebody doesn't take their lottery tickets, you can bring it back in. We do have a locking mechanism on the Pro X, which will lock it up so that anybody can't take it out. So again, if any receipts or any lottery tickets or anything like that is actually stored and locked securely inside the unit. Also in the unit, we have two options for a scanner, very quick scanner. You saw Bill scan the items. It's very quick, very fast scanner. It can do both 1D and 2D, as well as any QR codes, as well as read from your phone if you need any sort of scanning like that. The printers we offer are both from Zebra as well as Datalogic. Either of those are options that we can offer. And it's located inside the unit right here. Because the whole unit slides out, it makes it very easy to maintain and sustain the unit. The printer as well as the scanner are only held in by four screws on either side. So if any sort of service is required, you remove the 4 screws, the unit drops out or lifts out, and it can be replaced very quickly. Also with the printer, we have a multicolored bezel that flashes and tells you what is actually going on with the printer. If you're out of paper, it will flash four capabilities and it'll flash yellow. If something else is wrong, we get a red flash. As you can see, Bill is going to open it up and remove paper. You can see it's flashing yellow, and the flash pattern actually tells you different capabilities and different items that are wrong with the printer itself. So all of that's done built in. Finally, what we want to go through is talk about the swivel capability. We do talk about it being a hybrid capability and being able to swivel all the way around. It does mount on a plate that mounts down here on the countertop or on the stand. The swivel capability is an optional piece. If you do not want it to swivel and you always want it to be in one location or say on a stand, always facing one direction, you do not have to order the swivel piece. Over on this other side, we've got what we call our pin pad and our pin pad arm. We have the capability of offering this in many different capabilities and many different pin pads. We offer a mounting point on our pin pad arm, and this has the ability to, we bring in different mounting plates. The arms, there are 2 different versions of this. One's a short arm, one's a long arm, and that's all dependent on the pin pad is actually being used. If we use the larger pin pad, say the MX 915, 925s, we would need the longer arm. And I'll show you why in a minute, because the pin pad actually rotates and flips, and we need to make sure we clear the side of the unit. If we use like a Lane 3000, we can use a shorter arm and it comes in. I'm on this unit here that I'm showing you here is the long arm. We've got the short arm over here on the unit that Bill is standing in front of. The way this works is when you go into a hybrid mode, it's facing out this way. The pin pad is facing towards the shopper, so payment is always coming from the shopper. There's no need for the cashier or the shopper assistants to handle any sort of payment device. If we go into a hybrid mode where it's turned around and you're into a cashier mode, the pin pad arm just flips over and then rotates, and it keeps the pin pad in the correct orientation towards the shopper. Again, this way the shopper assistant can handle the transaction and the pin pad is always facing towards the shopper. Since this is a TCX 800 or TCX 810, with all the capabilities that the 800 and 810 have, when we go into a shopper assistant, we can always add a secondary screen on the back, either a 2x20 or a full 10-inch display hanging off the back of the unit here. And the 10-inch display, of course, can offer both touch and touchless capabilities. So we have that capability with the head unit. The other capabilities that we do talk about is cleanliness as well, is that with the unit, all the cabling can come in from the bottom of the unit. So everything can come in from up underneath the counter. So there are no cables or anything shown on the counter. And the rotating capability allows the design such that nothing happens with the cables. If you cannot bring a cable up from underneath, we do have the ability to bring the cables in from an area in the back, and the cables can come in from the back, such that if you're not using rotating and you just want the cables to come in from the back and then loop down, we have that as an offering as well. So either of those are available with the Pro X. We have the pin pad arm can go on either side, the left or the right. So it depends on how your storefront is set up, and we have the capabilities for that. So
that's a great overview, and you can take a breath now. One of the things that we are offering is choice. The T10, our previous TCX 800, and now the new TCX 810, which we're showing here,
correct,
or the 810E. For the 810, we've moved to the 11th generation of Intel processors. These are on the embedded roadmap, which means they're going to be around and sustainable for a long time. So what we're also trying to do is make sure we have a product that does not become obsolete as soon as you put it in. So Chuck, thank you so very much. And I appreciate working with you. And if you have any questions about the Pro X Hybrid Kiosk, talk to your sales rep, talk to your business partner, or you can actually come in through the Toshiba Commerce website and ask a question, and we'll be glad to get with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.